hand there. Oh, hi, Miriam.
It's Shabbos.
Shabbos!
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Marlene, take the off your camera.
Shabbat shalom.
Away from
Shabbat
Cleveland.
shalom.
Mommy. Hey, Herb. They were sort of starting.
Right here.
Marlene, take the tape off your camera.
No, I don't want to.
Okay. Okay.
I'm here though. I'm here.
I'm going to start holding a picture of you up in the corner of mine, though.
That's a good idea. No, but I want to see you.
This was my son, Alan.
Hey, Alan.
Hello, son.
Good to
Shabbat
see you
shalom.
again.
Good
Hi,
Shabbos.
Shabbos.
Sandy, was that your mom in the background?
Yeah, my mom is now living in Charleston, South Carolina, and will be joining us at KKBE once she's allowed to, and we're all allowed to come back.
Yay, that's good, right?
Welcome.
We like
Yes, it is good.
We love moms.
We
We
love
do
mom.
love Mom.
I'm trying.
I just asked.
Come sit here.
The
beginning of these Zoom services always reminds me of calling up my grandma Rose and getting her answering machine, which was always her arguing with my grandpa about how to operate the answering machine.
That's fabulous.
Cut them off. That was their message.
That's awesome.
Just push the button.
That's right.
Rose and Morty.
Yes.
It's Judy and
Good Shabbos.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat
shalom. Hey, baby.
It's the first. Oh my gosh, there's a baby!
Oh.
Congratulations.
Ellen, it's good to see you too. Hi, Ellen.
Okay. Nothing else is going to happen because we just, nothing else can possibly happen. That's it, we're done.
Ellen and the baby. Oh, hello.
How do you feel?
Good, well rested. And
Oh, of course.
have you been sleeping well?
So for those who either are under a rock or maybe in a different part of the country and joining us just for Shabbat, Ellen and Mark Swick welcomed baby Nora Page into the world this week. She's how many days old now?
4 days
She's
old.
4 days old. This is
4
her first
days
Shabbat.
old.
Oh my God,
We are all celebrating her first Shabbat together. It would be all right if before the service starts, can we do Shechianu together?
Of course, of
We're
course.
all going to be all jumbled together. It's going to sound terrible, but that doesn't matter. Ready?
Are you going to do the blessing that you usually do also?
I'm not sure what that is, but here
Will
we
you
go.
bless the
Shechianu.
children?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who's brought us to this joyous occasion today,
Make it
and we
lower.
hope we look
Don't turn
forward
it
to
off,
many
though.
more Shabbatot in this community and with her family
Keep
as well.
going down.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Yay.
Welcome, Nora.
Oh my God.
Hi, Anita.
Hi, Anita.
Hi, James. Hi, everybody.
All right, well, I think we're a little past 7 o'clock. Rabbi Cantor, you want to start us off?
Okay, Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Gotta mute everyone. I'm very, very sorry.
All righty.
So, am I muted?
Not yet.
I
But you
shouldn't.
can unmute yourself, Rabbi.
Okay. Unmute. Okay, now you can hear me. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Shabbat shalom. We are so glad you're joining us here on the steps of KKBE, as you can see in our picture. Thank you to everybody who is a part of it, especially behind the scenes. We are so glad that you're here. And just watch the screen. There's parts to join in. And at the end, we'll change the screen so you can see all the faces who are here in the Zoom room with us and wish everybody a Shabbat Shalom together. And now that we're all here together, let's sing and welcome Shabbat.
All right. Rabbi, don't forget to mute yourself back, okay? Me first, then you. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad.
Now we invite the blessengers to lead us in the candle blessing.
Oh, blessengers, I'm trying to unmute you. There you go.
Good? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Oh. Uh-oh. Technical difficulties
They're
here.
like matches at KKBE.
All right, get that.
Sorry, everyone.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
I'm gonna get the light.
All right, get the light. Get the light. Who made these matches?
All right, just get.
I love that our technical difficulties tonight are matches.
Go, go, go.
Yeah.
May it always be so.
Amen.
Look,
Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
And we continue now with Kiddush, and we invite Jan Hirsch to lead us. And if you have your own Kiddush cups, you can raise your cup now.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem. Whoops. Yeah, I want bread. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Barei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu. V'shabbat kadsho b'yahava. Uratzon hinchilanu. Zikaron b'maaseh bereshit. Ki hu yom tehila. Lamikra kodesh zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim. Kivanu v'charta v'yotanu kidashta mikol hamim v'shabbat kadshecha v'yahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
L'chaim.
Thank you. Now that we've brought some light and joy and sweetness, we continue. We begin with a prayer of gratitude for all that is holy in our lives. God needs no words, no English or Hebrew, no semantics and no services, but we need them. Through prayer, we can sense our inner strength, our inner purpose, our inner joy, our capacity to love. As we reach upward in prayer, we sense these qualities in our Creator. To love God is to love each other, to work to make our lives better. To love God is to love the world God created and to work to perfect it. To love God is to love dreams of peace and joy that illumine all of us and to bring that vision to life. Continue with Baruch Hu, our call to worship.
Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed.
This is an hour of change. Within it, we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it, we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
We continue together with the words found in that scroll. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha Vishinantam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, b'shivtecha b'veitecha, uv'lechtecha v'derech, uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha, ukshartam leot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot bein einecha. Uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha. Leman tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'hitem kedoshim le'elohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiot lachem le'elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש. נורא תהילות עושה פלא, נורא תהילות עושה בוקי הים לפני משה ומרים, זה אלינו ואמרו, זה אלינו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש. נורא תהילות עושה פלא, נורא תהילות עושה פלא, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד.
Sing the song of men and women joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more. The song of a world redeemed, the song of peace.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomrenu l'chaim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomrenu l'chaim, l'chaim, l'chaim.
We are a people in whom the past endures, in whom the present is inconceivable without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment, enduring forever. What happened once upon a time happens all the time.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת. לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת. לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת. לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת.
Prayer invites God's presence to suffuse our spirits, God's will to prevail in our lives. Prayer may not bring water to parched fields, nor mend a broken bridge, nor rebuild a ruined city. But prayer can water an arid soul, mend a broken heart, rebuild a weakened will. We continue together with the opening prayers of the Tefillah. Adonai sifatai tiftach, ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, ve'Konei HaKol, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה. ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
You are with us in our prayer, our love, and our doubt, and our longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still clear voice within us, Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service. Baruch atah Adonai, she'odcha levadcha b'yirah na'avod. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. V'tov b'einecha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol et ub'chol sha'a yishlomecha. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Tasim Le'olam. Tasim Le'olam.
Our service continues with Misha Berach, a prayer for healing of the body, healing of the spirit. We include especially these members and friends of our congregational family. Toby Arias, Stuart Blum, Irma Delcor, Craig Eisendrath, Stephanie Finder, Barbara Feynman, Christian Foster, Kathy Glick, Cheryl Goldberg, Marion Goodman, Janet Gorski, Jill, Lila, and Sippy Gutman, Ava Hautala, Ralph Hodash, Deborah Humanitsky, Sarah Starkey, Jan Hirsch, Jennifer Kleeman, Carolyn Kurgan, Stu Leibovitz, Gussie Levy, Debbie Levison, Rose Lipoff, Shirley Lidowitz, Jane Meyerson, Conrad Nelson, Jane Norris, Dan Pilder, Duke Prince, Marion Prince, S. David Richmond, Mac Rivkin, J.A. Ransom, Carrie Rosen, Jeff Rosen, Neil Shadoff, Michaela Spitzer, Margot Stankus, Ida Swindell, Mark Tetley, Susan Wallen, Oscar Wasserman, Betty Weinman, Marlene Williaman, Edith Zwiebin, Chaim Aryeh ben Naomi Malka, David Ephraim ben Yenta Liba. For all of them, we pray.
Mi sheberach avot May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu makor habracha le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Before a word of Torah, I just want to give a very special Shabbat Shalom. I find her on my screen. To my mother-in-law, Nancy Sherman, whose birthday is today. And we know that you have many places you could have been Zooming tonight, but you chose to Zoom with us. And we're very honored to celebrate Shabbat with you on your birthday. Happy birthday, Mom. And now a word of Torah. In last week's Torah portion, as I shared with our board this last week, we learned about the strange case of a murdered corpse found in no man's land between several cities. The murderer is long gone. No one knows what's happened. Yet after determining which of the neighboring towns is closest, the elders of that town are instructed to perform a ritual to absolve themselves of sin. Now, the Mishnah is absolutely mystified by this. Could it be, it asks incredulously, that the elders of a court were shedders of blood? And if they didn't commit the murder, could it be that they have to declare themselves innocent for a crime they didn't commit? Neither scenario seems plausible. So the Mishnah asks, of what exactly are the elders innocent? And it explains. The elders are actually testifying that the murder victim came not into our hands that we should have dismissed him without sustenance, nor did we see him and leave him without escort. The elders are declaring that they never saw the victim before he was murdered, nor did they know that he was alone in the wilderness, vulnerable to attack. For had they encountered him, they would have provided him with food and protection so that he never would have been murdered. The implication of the Mishnah's interpretation is that had the elders known about the victim and failed to ensure his safety, they would have been culpable for his fate. They declare their innocence on the basis of their lack of knowledge of his existence, not because they didn't commit violence against him. The lesson is, when people are in mortal danger and we fail to act, we are culpable in their deaths. And our responsibility for humanity's welfare only expands in the Torah portion we read this week. According to one counting, that of the Rambam, or Maimonides, this week's Torah portion, Kitet Say, has the greatest number of commandments in all of Torah, 74, according to the Rambam. Among those mitzvot is this rule, that when you build a new house, a building code of sorts, you shall make a parapet, a low wall for your roof, so that you do not bring blood guilt on your house if anyone should fall from it. Now, this mitzvah didn't apply to all roofs, only flat ones, but it would have included the majority of roofs in ancient times. Think of King David, out on the grounds of his estate, able to look down on Bathsheba bathing on her rooftop. The roof was essentially an outdoor room of a house, a space where its inhabitants might store supplies, or dine, or sleep when they were trying to escape the stifling summer heat. To ensure the safety of those who lived there, but especially to ensure the safety of anyone who might come visit, a parapet, a minimum of 10 handbreadths, was required. The Talmud expands this teaching even further. Rabbi Natan taught that the principle of the law of the parapet meant that one shouldn't keep a vicious dog in their home or leave a ladder in a precarious spot. And we can certainly think of several other implications today. Storing medicines and toxic cleaning supplies out of the reach of curious hands, covering electrical sockets and exposed wires around children, putting up gates and warning signs, securing stones on walking paths and keeping them clear of debris. We can't anticipate every accident or keep them all from happening. But our tradition teaches us we should be mindful and do our very best to make sure no one comes to harm because of our negligence. So now let's link these two Torah portions and their teachings together. Last week we learned that if one comes across someone in mortal danger, we are responsible for protecting them. And this week we learn, even before we've come across anyone, we are responsible for ensuring that nothing we do or own or create should place someone in mortal danger. All the way back at the beginning of the Torah, Cain asked God, "Am I my brother's keeper?" Can there be any doubt as to the answer? So as I shared with the board earlier, and I want to reiterate and underscore for all of us tonight, there are specific ways in which our Jewish tradition compels us to look out for one another, protect each other, keep each other right now. We know that the virus, at the root of the pandemic we face today, poses a mortal threat to those with certain conditions and illnesses, those over a certain age, and still others who defy categorization. For everyone's sake, we must take care to consistently wear masks, maintain physical distance, and limit the size and nature of public gatherings. For everyone's sake, we must err not on the side of overabundant caution, but on the side of concern for one another. For everyone's sake, and even though I know our wells are running dry, I know mine is, our most important virtue right now might be patience. We also know that hunger and food insecurity pose a mortal danger to a rising number of Americans right now. According to statistics published in the Wall Street Journal, almost 20% of households with children are having difficulty feeding their families right now. Almost 20%, up 3% from July. 12% of adults live in a household that doesn't have enough to eat. For their sake, we need to stock up soup kitchens and food pantries. We need to make sure that no matter the arrangements for schooling, those children who rely upon their school for hot meals and food distribution are able to receive them. For their sake, we must contribute to this year's High Holiday Food Drive. There's a link for that on our website, with as much generosity as we can possibly muster. And when we return to All Saints Lutheran Church for our next drive-in Shabbat service on Friday, September 11th, let's be sure to fill their blessing box that they keep on their property with as many cans and boxes of non-perishable food as we can muster. The law of the parapet teaches us to guard against any harm we might knowingly or unknowingly bring to another person. The elders' practice in connection with a mysterious corpse teaches us to provide aid to those already in harm's way. A statement found just a few verses before the law of the parapet in this week's Torah portion makes explicit the connection between the two. You must not remain indifferent, says our sacred text. During these difficult times, let's call to mind the reflection in our High Holy Day liturgy, but how we made it through the sea of reeds. One step at a time, no one alone, upheld by the person on our right, holding someone else up on our left. As we look ahead this second Shabbat in Elul, may this be how we enter the new year, holding one another up, doing our part to protect each other from danger, acting always with the very opposite of indifference, with care and love and concern. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may this be God's will, may this be our own will. And I invite you to say, Amen.
Oh, say shalom. Roma. Oh, say shalom. Roma. Huya ase shalom. Huya ase shalom. Huya ase shalom. Aleinu, count with me, 1, 2, 3, 4. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Oh, say shalom. Roma. Oh, say shalom. Roma. Huya ase shalom. Huya ase shalom. Huya ase shalom. Aleinu.
We continue together. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol latet gedula leyotzer breshit shehu notesh hamayim veyoset aretz umoshav yikaroho bashamayim mima'al ushchinatu zo b'gav hemeromim hu Eloheinu ein hod. Vanachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. V'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz. Bayom hahu, yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad.
Our thoughts now turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. We recall now those for whom we're observing Yartzeit this week, and first, those for whom we're in the period of Shloshim. Paula Batnick, Jeanette Katz, Helen Antman, Daniel Lipson, Sarah Levy, Margaret Archer, Bess Cotton, Ruth Miller, and Marjorie Lynch. In this Shabbat, we observe the Yartzeits of Sidney Altman, Neil Baker, Calvin Doran, Nancy D'Amico, Eva Davidson, Gloria Diamond, Rose Feld, Bradley Fiedler, Henry Flink, Maurice Fox, Albert Goldberg, Rosalie Hackle, Henrietta Lazarus, Patrick Lee, Lillian Lenoff, Olga Loon, Edith Marcus, Herman Nadler, Miriam Neiman, Erna Norton, Harriet Olisoff, Max Poliakoff, Seymour Pollock, Samuel Radin, Mark Robinson, Helen Sloan, Cyril Smith, Fanny Summerfield, Henry Strauss, Louis Tischler, Bernard Tuttle, Frank Vadova, Elaine Warschauer, and Henry Williams. For all of those individuals, for any others you might individually hold in your heart this Shabbat, together we join in the words of Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'alama divrach hirutei v'yamelich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'lalamei alamaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemei dekudsha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechemata da'amiran ba'alama v'yimru. Amen. Yehei shalom araba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav Huya aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. And let us say, Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav Huya aseh shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'yimeru. Amen. It's my pleasure now to call upon our President-elect, Paige Williams, to share with us some words of announcements and greeting this evening.
Thank you. It's kind of odd to do this. I haven't done this before. It's a little nerve-wracking. It's funny how you actually feel a little calmer when you're in front of the congregation and you're standing at the bima. And this is a little different. So thank you for bearing with me. But on behalf of the board, welcome. And it is so good to see all of you here. And I wanted to especially thank Ellen and Mark for sharing Nora's first Shabbat. How wonderful that is. It is just fabulous beyond words. And she could even show up at Tot Shabbat tomorrow. I'm sure Robin would be glad to have her. That's at 10 o'clock tomorrow. And then we're going to celebrate Gabe Johnson tomorrow. He's going to be called to the Torah tomorrow at 4 o'clock as he becomes a bar mitzvah. So mazel tov. Sisterhood Sunday, we are going to be baking challah with Marcy Rosenberg at 11 o'clock. I look forward to that. TR is not in the room, so I can say that I always like gathering all recipes. Okay, and Sue Weinman on Wednesday night, I think this is going to be really good. It's very creative, and she's going to lead us in a program about creating a holy space in our own homes as we approach High Holy Days. And so I think that'd be quite interesting. Stay tuned. We have lots more interesting program. I'm really thrilled about that. It's a silver lining in COVID. But thank you again, and Shabbat Shalom.
All right, everyone. Me first, then you. I want to hear you through the Zoomosphere. I will open my eyes. Oh, sorry. I started at the end. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice will change the world. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice will change the world. Change the world. I will open my eyes. I will not look away. I will use this gift I've been given every day. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice will change the world. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice will change the world. Change the world. I will fight for the truth. I'll stand up for what's right. I will use the strength I've been given to be alive. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice will change the world. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice will change the world. Change the world. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech haolam she'asanu B'tselem Elohim Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech haolam she'asanu B'tselem Elohim. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice will change the world. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice will change the world. Change the world.
And now it's my pleasure to invite Lois Sugarman to lead us in Hamotzi.
Lois, you have to unmute yourself. There you go.
Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Praise to Adonai our God, ruler of the world, who brings forth bread from the earth. I have nobody to give it to, but I'll show it to everybody.
Yum.
It's beautiful.
It is. It tastes good too.
Thank you, Lois. And I invite everybody to unmute themselves and our Zoom leaders to unmute everybody. It's a great time to wish everybody Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom.
Thank you, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Anita, thank you for your drumming.
Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Look at that.